Chronic pain starts, whether it's back, neck, shoulders, hip, wherever, and what do? We retreat. We pull back from any movement that might cause additional pain. We try to get comfortable. We rest the affected area. And it seems logical to rest a painful area and wait for it to heal. But then it doesn't heal. In fact, it gets worse. And the next thing you know, there's a new pain somewhere else and the whole thing snowballs into a bigger problem. That's not unusual. That's what always happens. Well, in this video, I'm going to explain exactly why a passive approach doesn't work and what you need to do instead. It might be a little uncomfortable at first, but in the long run, it'll save your life. It did for me. So let's discuss how to use movement to cure TMS. Hi folks, I'm John Thornton with the Pain Cure Clinic, where we teach people how to cure chronic pain. And before I get started, I wanted to give you our free workshop for curing TMS. You know, Dr. Sarno's books are great at explaining what TMS is, but they come up a little short when it comes to explaining what to do about it. Our workshop tells you exactly what to do about it, and you can pick it up at paincureclinic.us, and there's a link below. Okay, so exercise is one of the best things you can do for TMS. It really is, especially vigorous exercise, which releases good hormones like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins that relax the mind and the body and can be a real game changer when it comes to shutting down an overactive fight or flight response. We've seen it happen many, many times. But trying to get back to exercise after you've been in pain for a while is a real challenge. Sometimes every little movement causes more pain, and the problem is exacerbated when an MRI shows structural abnormalities. And you think one wrong move might cause more damage. But you know there's nothing really wrong with you, or you wouldn't be watching this video. You know that it's just inflamed muscle tissue. The body is completely covered with muscles, nerves, and tendons that get tight and inflamed because of stress and anxiety. That's all it is, and there's nothing really wrong with you. And so movement can't hurt you, but it can be really helpful. And that's because over time, the muscles become so tight that they won't release by way of mental exercises alone. They're just locked in too tight. But you can release locked muscles and make them pliable again by way of exercise, working out, stretching, and even deep tissue massage. So the goal is to release the soft tissue and make it pliable once again. Now, journaling is great, and meditation is great. I love them both. But the fastest way out of chronic pain also involves moving your body. It just does. And unfortunately, you have to work through some additional pain in order to prove to your subconscious mind that you are not structurally broken. Say you have back pain, and let's say it's at a pain level of 5. That's where you're starting from. And then you start exercising, and unfortunately the pain is going to go up some, temporarily at least while you're exercising and afterwards. This is where most people stop, but you can't stop. You have to work through the pain. And so for the first few weeks, expect the pain level to go up maybe to a 6 or a 7 or maybe even an 8 while you're exercising. And then afterwards. This is where you earn your freedom. This is the battle between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. This is where you have to hang tough. But in just a few weeks, you'll start to handle the additional pain and realize that it's not going to kill you. It's not causing any further damage. And at some point, you'll finish a workout and realize that, the pain is actually lower now than when I started. This process took me about a month. That's when the subconscious ceases to be in control. That's when you start winning. And that's when you get to that other side of the curve, not going back to 5 this time, but straight down to 0. And at that point, you've won the battle. You've broken the code. And believe it or not, this process also works on digestive issues because vigorous exercise will also calm the digestive system and allow it to heal. This is not about punishing yourself and starting with a 2-hour CrossFit class on the first day or any day. That's not what I'm saying. If you're not exercising at all right now, just start very slowly but be consistent. That might mean 10 minutes at a gym at first, and that's a great start. And then maybe go to 15 minutes, and then just work your way up from there. And if you've been protecting a painful area, you have to stop protecting that area and start challenging it, but very slowly. I started by running very slowly for about a half mile and ended up 3 months later running 4 miles. And at that point, my pain was completely gone for good and it has never returned, and I'm still running. When someone is just getting started, I usually recommend the elliptical machine because it's low impact and it works out almost all the muscles of the body at the same time. Every gym has one. Try it for 5 minutes to start and then do some stretching and use a foam roller afterwards. And so yeah, the process does require you go through a little bit of hell, but let's face it, if you're in pain, you're already in hell. And as Winston Churchill once said, if you're going through hell, keep going. Okay, that's it for this video. And before you go, don't forget to pick up that free workshop for curing TMS and start moving again. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.